Well, well, look who's here. How are you doing, silly? Still on the search? Is that so? Honestly, I find that a little hard to believe. But I guess you know what you're doing, don't you? You always did. Come on, let's go inside. I've prepared a little surprise. Or should I say a big one? I suppose that depends on how you look at it. Ta-da-da! Look who I dug out. It's Mother and little sister. Aren't they beautiful?
Aren't we beautiful? Aren't we beautiful?
But I suppose what we dead people do doesn't concern you now, does it, my child? Because you are important now. Ha! Can you believe it? He's important now. He is chosen.
Chosen. Chosen.
But you know, I think you've forgotten something amidst all this ballyhoo of prophecies, cleansings, and beacons. That you are weak. You are pathetic. You are worthless. And you are weak. That's what you were back then. That's what you are now. And that's what you'll always be. Saving lives? You? Ridiculous! But then again, maybe we do you wrong. So why don't you just tell us? Why you? Why should you, of all people, be the solution to the problem? Why should you be able to prevent something that has happened to mankind for thousands of years? You! That's right. You don't know. Because you are a stupid, dirty brat. A murdering, stupid brat and nothing else. See? You did it again. You made me unhappy. You made me curse. And cursing is a sin. Don't you understand? I'm only trying to help you to see. This is not you, don't you understand? You are not yourself. And deep down inside, you know it as much as I do.
You know it. You know it.
So, tell me, silly, why is it so hard for you to just let go? Your place is here, in the realm of the dead. So just let yourself fall. It only hurts in the beginning, you know. Then it's like falling asleep. Please, my child, we miss you so much. Little sister wants to play with you again.
Play with you. Play with
And
you.
the two of us, we could go hunting again, like back in the old days. Find ourselves a nice deer, and then have a good, juicy piece of meat for dinner. But do you even listen to me? Hey, you're not supposed to leave yet. You're already here. So why don't you just stay? Please, child, stay with us. 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 Stay with us.
Stay with me. Hey, can you hear me? Wake up. Bad dreams? Anyway, it's over now. And we're lucky we woke up at all. That raft Korak put us on was about as seaworthy as a paper ship. But thank the sun, that fisherwoman over there took us in. She's headed for Duneville, and we should arrive soon. couple of hours. That spell Korak's mute buddy put on you must have been quite a doozy. They felt a blow to the back of the head would suffice for me. Guess I was the lucky one. Yeah. That guy should really go easier on the bottle, if you ask me. But it seems that the thousands who follow him see things differently. As if the high ones alone weren't threat enough. Now they have a self-proclaimed messiah to back them up. That's just peachy. Well, as I heard it, he thinks that cleansing is evolution. We become higher beings. We ascend to a new level of existence, so to speak. And he thinks the reason for the red madness in Enderal is that people still haven't learned the truth about the death of the Lightborn. They're still superstitious, so the sickness weeds them out. Natural selection. And yeah, it sounds absurd. I guess people always see what they want to see. I'm afraid so. According to the fisherwoman, the first of Korak's battleships have already arrived near Duneville. It'll take them a while to get the rest of their fleet over here from Narim, but still. Enderal isn't ready for this. Not at all. Most guards haven't tried their weapons on anything other than training dummies, or at the most, bandits. In other words, we're screwed. Well, I guess first of all, we should be grateful we made it out alive. I bet that if Korak would have known your role in all this, we'd be as dead as doornails by now. Once we arrive in Duneville, we should get back to Ark as soon as possible. I'm sure Arenthiel and the others have already written us off as dead. I suggest you ask the fisherwoman how much farther it is to the village. Well, I suppose first of all I'll go get my pay. Regardless of what transpired, we fulfilled our mission. After that, I don't know. War is an entirely different story, and ending up beaten to a pulp with a damned warhammer certainly isn't on my priority list. Maybe. The Order might be powerful here in Enderal, but compared to Narim's army, it's a joke. And maybe... On the other hand, if we don't manage to stop the cleansing from happening, it won't make a difference if I'm here or on Calais. Oh, my, what did I get myself into? I feel like a bloody marionette in a goddamn play. It is. Even though the Calais beach would probably be better for my health than joining your cause. Enemy invasions, mysterious corpses. You seem to attract trouble wherever you go, as we've seen more than once now. You know, there's one thing I just couldn't get out of my head since all this started. Does mankind deserve to be saved? I mean, have we as a species really made this world a better place? What have we accomplished apart from bloodbaths and wars in the name of the true gods or the right way to see things? And even now that we have a common enemy, we fail spectacularly to pull together. That's pathetic somehow, isn't it? Just pathetic. Heck, I sound like the biggest cynic alive. Let's stop here before it gets any worse. Go talk to the fisherwoman. You're really curious, aren't you? But yes, there is something that troubles me apart from the obvious. It's my sister. Well, I told you that we haven't talked much since... You know, since the thing with our family happened. A couple of moons before we met, I wanted to change that, and I went to see her at the League of the Apothecary in the Frostcliff Mountains. But she was gone, just like that, and no one knew where she went. It's been troubling me for quite some time now. It's probably nothing, but still, I'm worried. Huh?
Ah, you're awake. How are you? No offense, but you look battered. Don't thank me. I only did what every other path-abiding citizen would have done as well. Your friend, he told me about the Narimese. War. I have trouble believing it. Oh, how very reassuring to hear that. But I guess we're well off in Duneville. As long as they don't break through the cavern gate, there's no way they can get inside the town. Of course, that doesn't apply to the plantations and mines. Oh, blazes. Such chaos. Those bloody Naramis. Nothing is sacred to them anymore, is it? For millennia there was peace between the lands of the civilized world. And now this. They're heretics, if you ask me. No more and no less. They should be hung from trees, all of them. Anyway, I guess it's best if you rest a little more. As I said, you look as though you need it. I'll wake you up when we arrive. We'll do our best. I didn't think I'd ever say this, but right now I'd give a lot for the art guard to be here instead of these Duneville watchdogs. At least they know how to wage a war. In any case, you should get back to the Sun Temple as soon as possible, and show those Naramis bastards whose country this is.
We will. And again, thanks for your help.
Don't mention it.
So, we should be back within range of the teleport runes. I'm gonna head straight back to the temple. See you there.
Safe travel. Safe travels.
Ahoy.
I told you. I never got how that imbecile made it to captain. Did you say anything about what we can do about the mast?
Nah, what could he say? We don't have enough coin to fix it anyway.
Shit, it's fucking Storm. Really? I can't believe we were stupid enough to sail right into it.
Why stupid? I mean, even old Charon said it'd be safe.
Why? Because he didn't get his bellyache? Don't tell me you believe that bullshit.
Well, you can't argue that he was right before.
You're bonkers.
Clouded their trouble bring mages wild and free, wicked wayward wizards. If they're pointing their fingers at you, you'll soon be.
Well, aren't you quite straightforward? Most people wouldn't dare ask. I'm a half Quirian, as you've probably guessed. Ah, a Naramis, a rare sight these days. I'd like to ask what brought you here, but the innkeeper will cut my pay for each minute I don't. Which one would you like to hear? Sure.
The light fades away at the end of
Want a trade?
the day. The sun
Need something? Don't ask. Getting by here in the desert is hard enough as it is. Now those bloody bone rippers came out of their caves and are hunting everything that moves. Can hardly go out hunting by myself anymore. If it goes on like that, I might just have to hang it up. Safe travels.
sky, and we stay behind.
same way most people end up here, I guess. Coincidence. You know, I came to Enderal when I was about 20, because I just couldn't stand my country anymore. And unlike most other Outlanders, I got lucky and found some good work at the Golden Sickle just a couple of days after our ship arrived. And when the Golden Sickle sent me to Duneville with a caravan, I just kinda wound up here. Doesn't sound very exciting, does it? But that's just how it was. Let me think. Everything? My countrymen, the Killians, they feel so great with their colourful clothes, their trading empires and sugarcane plantations. But when you take away all the glitter, their bloody culture is only about one thing, and that's making dough. Eat or get eaten. That's the only rule Unil Yar plays by, even if the poets and bards try to make you believe otherwise. It's just, I don't know, empty, pointless. And hey, of course that sounds odd coming from an innkeeper in a miner's town, but still. Sure, people here are rough, but at the end of the day, they still have some kind of decency. You mean the watch the sailors all day long and sell a mug of brandy from time to time business? You laugh, but since those crazy Neremese soldiers have started swarming this country, it goes better than ever before. People are scared, and they don't dare. A sad triumph though. What is happening to this world? I thought that even if fire starts raining from the sky, Enderal would stay safe forever and a day.
Move along. You're from the surface, aren't you? They say that Taylor Aranthil came back. Let's hope he knows who rules this place as well as the true Chesapeake.
She was feared and desired. Beggars, thieves, and murderers were falling at her feet. Be cast away, she was worshipped and
Keep your fingers to yourself, will you? This isn't Ark.
we're passing through her hand. Fall for her.
I won't repeat myself. Sod off.
I will not. I paid a fortune to anchor here, and you will tell me what has happened, or...
Or what?
Or I'll let the Ark Guards know about this.
Good luck with that. Now bloody get out of my sight.
What?
Let's go, love. This isn't worth it.
Move along. None of your bloody business. Sod off. Murder. Huh. Fine. Though I don't know why you'd waste that much money on this. We got 2 bodies in there. A man and a woman. Craig and Sierra, a young couple. By the looks of it, they were murdered sometime last night. A real shit show. And we don't have the slightest clue where to start looking for the murderer. The Red Madness? Ah, right, it's possible. Though we've only had a few cases here in Juneville so far. Well, of course, they might have both stumbled at the same time and hit their heads on the wall. Then 2 kitchen knives could have fallen from the cupboard and cut their throats. Rather unlikely, if you ask me. Craig and Sierra Copperhammer, both Juneville folk. He's a miner, she waits tables at that Killian's Inn. And I believe that's about it. Ah, wait, no. Craig has a brother, Darius. But he's a sailor, so I don't even know if he's around. Knock yourself out, but I hope you have a strong stomach. The other guards have already secured the evidence, so you're free to try your luck. So, find anything? So, find anything? Really? Is that so? I know the handwriting. That's Karamir. What else did you find? Anything else? We need a little more than that. So, find anything? So, find anything? Really? Let me see. Well, this might actually help us. Anything else? Is that... Anything else? I see. What do you say? Currently the Duneville Guard's ranks are a little sparse. A little inconvenient, I know, but all this chaos in recent times is starting to take its toll. Hardly any merchant vessels come here anymore, and the few who do expect us to stand guard while they take a shit, all while paying us next to nothing to anchor here, like that idiot I was talking to before. Still, if there's a knife-wielding lunatic on the loose, we need to do something about it. So how's this? You find the murderer, and we'll pay you. It'll be dangerous, of course, but you look as though you can take care of yourself. Wise words. Follow the clues and tell me when you find something. I'll be right here. A merchant, rough and cunning. She gave us trouble once or twice over the past year, though I never took her for a murderer. Actually, I do. Just follow the coast to the west and you should find it. It's been deserted ever since the isolation, so be on your guard.
better. society. He was a good man. You're from the surface, aren't you? They say that Tealor Aranthil came back. Let's... Yes.
They suffered hunger, fear, and misery. Their stocks were running low, yet they endured their woe.
Take care.
What do you want? I guess you could call it that, though he himself apparently considered it a bloody donation. 2 years, and I didn't get a fucking penny back. Doesn't surprise me. Aye, that one's mine. And I was planning to have 2 of me leg breakers pay him a visit later this week to give him a good beating. He sure deserved it. Craig. I never met anyone so fucking brazen. Swears to me that he doesn't have a coin to spare, and then buys jewelry from Ark the next day. Ah, that's what this is about. Well, sorry to disappoint you, love, but you're barking up the wrong tree. I had nothing to do with that man's death, and if you're smarter than a pussbug, you'd see why. First of all, I don't profit from his death. Now the money's gone for good. Second, I'm sure as fuck not a priestess. But I'm not a murderer either. I give loans, I want them back. Plus interest. End of story. You think this works any differently in Ark? You have a lot to learn, darling. No idea, and I don't care. I can't wait.
What? Fair enough. Maybe there's a trick or two I could show you, but trust me, they don't come cheap. Yes, yes, yes. Just move along, will you?
Hey, handsome. How about...
Be careful.
Yeah? What do you...
Have you heard?
In the bed. Sorry.
Have you heard the news about the Magister? Word has it that he murdered 30 novices and killed himself up in the tower.
Watch yourself out there. The sandstorms can get real ugly. Ah, so you're the Outlander. Well, if you're asking, my money's on that sailor, Darius. Caramere's a crook, but that mess with Craig and his wife looks more like a crime of passion to me. I guess, but I'm pretty sure it's Darius. It has to be. I have a couple of bets running.
Move along.
Ah, just make no trouble. Ah, Craig and Sealer. Ah, well, I'm not sure what I can tell you. Good old intuition. Nah, don't mention it.
An outlander. Isn't this nice?
Hmm? What do you want? Darius? Aye, I know him. There's a merchant vessel westwards from Danville, currently loading fruit. He's working there. Sure.
Keep your fingers to yourself.
Bloody wars. No more ships going anywhere anymore. Ahoy!
Hmm? Huh? Letter? No, never. Sorry. What? Listen, if Craig sent you because of what happened at the lighthouse, tell him I'm sorry. I should never have hit him, even though I'll never forgive him for what he did. Dead? What? But why? How? Me? But I'm sorry. This is a lot to take in. I don't know what to say. Basis, you're serious about this? Damn it, I didn't kill Craig or Sierra. Why would I do that? You know that already, don't you? Craig kept my part of our inheritance. He simply didn't tell me there was one when our father died 3 years ago. Because a fellow sailor from Doonville told me that Craig bought jewelry for his woman in Ark. That immediately sounded fishy to me. Craig never had a head for money, and working the plantations doesn't pay well, so I... Oh, blazes. I still can't believe they're dead. Who on Vin would do this? What do you think? I wanted answers. The bloody fool insisted that our father didn't leave us an inheritance, and that he just found the money for the jewelry in front of his house one day. Ugh, made me snap. Aye, we beat the tar out of each other. Blazes, can you believe it? My brother is dead, and my last memory of him is a blasted brawl. Couple of bruises and cuts, no worse than I was. After we got it out of our system, we went back home. I to the ship, and he to Doonville. Let's talk about it again once we've cooled our heads a little. I guess that won't happen anytime soon if what you say is true. Find the bastard who did this. I want to see him hanged, bled in an Iron Maiden. Promise me. Aye, he had always been a bad liar. He owed Karamia some money. Doonville's loan shark. Other than that, he had no enemies. Neither him nor his companion. Fine. I see why you're doing this. I can only hope you're going to find who really killed him. Let me tell the captain about this, then we can go.
Now to have some pork chops. Solid. This ship's drag on forever.
Room for so many people.
Move along. War, after all this.
Ah, there you are. I've been looking for you. There's something you should see. Darius Copperhammer's dagger. Hidden under a rock in the graveyard. Metal reflects sunlight. Something Darius apparently forgot. Several of his fellow sailors confirmed it. Yes, he doesn't deny that the dagger is his, but claims that someone stole it and is trying to frame him. As far as I'm concerned, the matter is clear. What did your little visit to Karamir uncover? I did some research myself while you were hunting down Darius and Karamir. According to a friend from the guard, one of her debtors had a fatal accident 2 years ago. A fisherman, 60 winters old. In other words, the woman clearly isn't a nun. Problem is, the Overseer wants the matter solved. Now. They'd send them right back to us or hang them both. To Ark folk, us Juneville. In Juneville, we solve our own problems. Prison or the gallows, I don't know. You see my problem? Honestly, no idea. This is as much my case as it is yours. What do you say? Darius or Karamir? Fair point. What a giant load of horseshit, all this. Well, I'll mull it over and tell the Overseer. Either way, thanks for helping out. Here, you earned this. I need a bloody drink now. Come on, I'm buying.
That's just plain crazy.
Well, there comes a point when you just have to live with it. Sir. Sir.
Walk blessed, my sir.
Yes? Well, this and that. Recently there was a hunter from up north who apparently found a crashed starship buried within the glacier. A massive, but who knows what truth there is to this. Maybe the guy drank too much or just wanted a tent. I think you can answer that question yourself.
Walk blessed, my sir. Walk blessed, my sir.
Apparently, the Blue Islands Coalition sent an emissary here to Enderal, despite the wars. They are bold. You've got to give them that. You, I don't want to be nosy, but is it true you were inside the memories of a dead Parian? Walk blessed.
My Sir de Luna. And I fell for it. Well, seems the Grandmaster is crazy for you. So who am
What blessed, my son?
Zaira, I heard about what happened on Half Moon Island. It's a wonder you and that mercenary made it back alive. But war, it just seems so unreal. How has it come to this? Now we not only have to fight these High Ones, but also some fanatic who thinks he knows best? I know you mean that as a joke, but I'm afraid it's not too far from the truth. Tell me, Zaira, how is it possible that our beliefs about what's best for mankind are so different? Why are we so eager to be at each other's throats? Suffering leads to more suffering. Yes, that makes sense. You know what I find so hard to understand? Why there are so few people who actually care. So few people who feel the need to change something like you and I do. There are moments I just feel so powerless. As if we all know that if we keep going like this, we're headed for a catastrophe. But instead of changing course, we just stand by and watch. Do you know the feeling? Yes, I mean, is it so hard to see that this world could be such a better place if we'd only care a tiny bit more about something other than what's happening in front of our doorsteps? You understand what I'm trying to say, don't you? You know that feeling too. I don't know, to me, that just sounds like an excuse. Whenever I think about it, I find it so hard not to get angry. Take all those upper city snobs with their colorful garments. They could put all that money to such good use if only they wanted to, but no, they don't. Because they just don't give a damn. Sometimes I imagine going down there, grabbing one of them by the collar and dragging them down into the under... But even that probably wouldn't help. I guess we only care about the things that directly affect us. Who fights against poverty if he's never suffered from it? And once again, you've had to listen to another deluge of my whining. I guess I'm just not a person for pleasantries. Sorry. Yes, that, might be the case. Saira, I have to ask you something. You said these things to me. Why? Compliments. Comments that you... I don't know how to put it. No, but I just don't think that's a good idea. I'm not made for things like that. I've never felt the need for them, and honestly, I think it's dangerous. At least for me. No, never. Because you know a lot about me, Saira, and I appreciate our contact, which is the only reason I just told you all of this. So please, respect my wishes. Let's leave it at that for now. We've still got a lot to do. The first of Quarak's chips will reach shore soon, and we have to be prepared.
As if they'd ever listen to me.
Haplessness, wherever you look. Where is this supposed to lead?
The fabled prophet.
Yeah, as if.
Oh shit. I have to remember.
Put that.
Yes.
Jesus, why is that stuff so expensive? Light fades away at the end of the day. Ta-dum-dum.
Yes? It was stitched into the blanket they found me in near that village. I don't really know if it is my actual... If it's really necessary. What do you... Yes, but at what price? Imagine you are walking through a forest, all on your own. Then you hear heavy breathing, sobbing, and he's been mauled by a bear and is now... I, that is the part of me that is myself, would want to help. Yes, and that sight, it would... Forgive me, Saira, I can't talk about this. I am sorry. Massacre him, tear the limbs from his body, and doing so would pleasure it, in a way you can't even remotely understand, even if I try. Please, I just don't want to talk about it. Don't push me. If that were the case, I probably wouldn't be here, right? Usually, it's just thoughts. And their almost honest answer? I would transform into whatever this creature is, but it will never come to that. You have my word. Yes, it is. Master Tyrus, my foster father. He was half Kyranian. Tattoo? Oh, of course, you mean my mark. I've had that for as long as I can remember. And I don't have the slightest idea. That's what Tyrus said too. But if it has a meaning, it's obscure. Not without leaving a bad scar, at least according to the apothecary. And even if that weren't the case, I don't know if I'd want it gone. No, it isn't. It's just there, that's all. It does. You're the first to tell me that. But thanks, I guess. Until that Quark appeared, I actually thought things were going relatively well, like with the city. But a war with Nareem, that changes everything. They trump us in every aspect. Manpower, equipment, siege machinery. Let's just hope the... Well, as I told you, I was never very... You know, the novitiate was very challenging. The Magisters only rarely gave us days off to contemplate, as they called it. I never really liked that kind of pastime, and I still don't. I've never really thought about things like that. You know, life in the temple is quite secluded, and I doubt there are many men or women who would find my way. That's true, but when I feel the need to relax, I prefer taking a stroll or spending time in the baths. Whatever secret there is about relaxing to loud music, putting in alcohol is beyond me.
Ridiculous! We have to at least try to negotiate.
You know his demands. There's no basis for negotiation.
He has not seen what we have seen. The writings, the memories of the Prophet. If he just realized...
My dams, my sirs.
Shit. What took you so long? And where is Constantine?
That's a long story.
I can't believe it.
Simply another victim of the High Ones. If we do not activate the beacon soon, he won't be the last.
Oh, right. The beacon. If it's activated, we'll simply glow the red madness away, won't we? Or maybe we could, for once in all this, do something that actually makes sense, and focus our resources on finding an alchemistical or thaumaturgical solution to this problem, rather than trusting in a pile of scrap metal.
Oh, by the Prophet's ass, won't you just shut up for a minute? All day long you do nothing but babble, getting on our nerves, and nothing you ever say gets any closer to a fucking solution. So why don't you just shove off to one of the bathhouses? Go torture the washerwomen with your never-ending lamentations. That would be helpful for a change.
You will take that back.
Will I? Come here and make me. I'd be delighted.
Blasphemy!
Guard your tongue, wild mage, or...
Or what? Are you gonna kill me? That's what you do best, you and your fucking order.
Silence! You are angry, Lishari Pegast, and I understand why. But in the moment you let that anger destroy this alliance, Firespark's sacrifice will have been in vain. Is that what you want? Is that what you want?
No. No, it isn't.
Good. I am tired of this endless bickering. We have a responsibility, and we will fulfill it.
Well said, Aranthio. And how exactly do you think we are going to do that? Without the sources, the beacon is as worthless as a heap of rusty iron.
The Chronicles are on it, and they will find the answer. Novice, tell Commander Aaron to join us. We need to plan the defense of the land. You, Prophet, will come to me as soon as you have recovered. Now, let us get to work.
Tealor. Jorek is right. A war with Nerim? This is madness.
I know that it is going to be tough, but we have no choice. The beacon is all that we have.
Yes, the beacon! The beacon! The beacon! We don't even know what this thing does, let alone if it will work. If you start a war only because of that damn machine, it means putting the lives of thousands at risk, only because of some vague idea. This is ludicrous, Tealor. It's entirely irrational. The man I knew would never have acted like this.
Yes, because that man is dead. I've made decisions driven by fear and selfishness before, and they were always wrong. I will not let that happen again. Seriously, Natara, stop acting as if this were about reason. You're just afraid of making sacrifices for what you believe in. You always were.
Sacrifices? This is about your damn pride, Tealor. Nothing else.
The sun be praised you've made it. Constantine. He didn't deserve this. It's just not fair. Then none of us are strong enough. Yeah, Constantine wasn't exactly the most approachable fellow, but he was a damn skilled mage. I have to talk to you as soon as possible. It's about the seal in that letter we found on the mercenaries in Old Rashengrad. I believe I'm onto something. Their client is from Enderal. From Ark, to be more precise. Let's not talk here, though. Meet me in the Dancing Nomad. I'll be in the first room upstairs, right at the end of the staircase. And hurry. Yes, see you there.
Irrelevant. This madman, Koarek. He has completely reshuffled the cards. Now we not only have to deal with the High Ones, but also with him and his fanatics. However, there's also good news. You have probably seen it already. Physically, yes. And we also know how it works now, and how it can put an end to the cycle. It is easier than we thought. The beacon was constructed for one thing, to destroy the High Ones. Once reconstructed, infused with energy and activated, lit, as the Pyreans called it, it can banish the High Ones from this plane of existence. Immaterial, indeed. Essentially, they can be compared to the cold or to shadows. Omnipresent elements, yet we cannot touch them. Energy, if you will. However, there is a counterpart to each energy. Cold and fire, shadow and light. The high ones and the beacon. Yes. Imagine a torch driving away the darkness in the moment it is ignited. This is what the beacon can do, except that the vanishing will be permanent. Yes, as I said, it needs to be infused with energy before it can be lit. I take it you have noticed the 3 sockets on its base. They are what it draws its power from. Once they are filled, the beacon can be ignited and the high ones will be undone, once and for all. At least, if the old writings are true. The only thing left for us to find out is what these energy sources are. But we are close. Give the Arcanists some more time and I will let you know if there's any news. In the meantime, get equipped accordingly. Some of the Neremes have landed already, and outbreaks of the Red Madness become more and more frequent as we speak. No, there are not enough, and we must keep the few there are in our possession, in case anything unexpected should happen. The only thing we can do to stop the madness is to destroy the High Ones as soon as possible. Well, it's only fair to tell you. You've always been... Have you ever heard of the Night of the Thousand Fires? Between 8,192 and 8,202, there was an underground movement. They were brought into being by a group of intellectuals and philosophers who, under all the freedom of thought Saldrine granted them, started. Saldrine saw himself as the god of knowledge, and accordingly, in Kira, no opinion is forbidden, which is why it is home to countless magic schools and universities, where people do nothing but discuss the reason. An appealing thought if you hear it for the first time, but a cunning people isn't easy to rein. There have been more revolts and riots in Kira than bones in a graveyard, and the Red Half Moon was the worst of them. Correct, just as my son did. But other than him, terror, dust crystals planted in the marketplaces, and assassinations, you name it. If they killed innocents, they blamed the Golden Queen. However, they never succeeded in putting her down, and neither did she in destroying them, which is why the court turned to the Lightborn for help. A division of the Holy Order led by me, a young nun to be taken seriously. You know, not everywhere is the Order as present as here on Enderal, or as it one. I saw the Kiranian keepers who served the Golden Queen. A bunch of decadent gluttons who had dedicated themselves to the court's banquets rather than to the will of the gods. They were pathetic. A moon after our arrival, we received an anonymous tip on where one of the half-moon spaces was supposed to be located. As we entered it, we were greeted by the township's elders, and the villagers themselves had gathered behind them. I should have seen by then that something was wrong. Yes, but if there was one thing the Red Half-Moon was good at, according to them, we were nothing but butchers who executed everyone unable to recite the Revelation word. That's what they wanted us to think, and they did a good job at that. A veiled person here, an archer on the rooftops there. Then a man seemed to charge at us, and I gave the order to draw weapons. It was just the spark they needed. No, not a fight. A massacre. The villagers had pitchforks, and I realized that I had made a mistake a split second after it started, but it was too late by then. My men, they slaughtered them all, like pigs. At the end of the... Have you ever been in a big battle? Even if my men would have stopped, the villagers were blinded with rage and panic. No. From the moment I gave the... Well, what better proof of the Lightborn's cruelty is there than a division of keepers who, out of pure wickedness, slaughtered... That distrust had turned into hatred. And nothing could have changed that. Not even the Golden Queen's heralds. We set sail back to Enderal a week later. 2 years after that, the Red Half-Moon destroyed itself due to infighting. Maybe. The Lightborn and the Grandmaster back at that time showed the compassion I wouldn't grant. But I learned one thing, and that is that I will never again let fears about my own life influence my decisions. That will never happen again. What? Really? That's interesting. Provided this is true, that means that the emissaries aren't just people who fight the cleansing. They are people who fight for it too. And that also means that whoever granted us our powers and our purpose isn't an enemy of the High Ones, but a neutral party. I beg your pardon. What? And the same goes for me? That's ridiculous. They wanted to deceive you, to sow, and without me, we would have never come that far. Something changed inside me since I fled from my prison. I feel it. And it is the same thing that made you a part of all this. Now, enough of this. Yes. Yes. That depends on whom you ask. A better word would be chess figures with their own will. No. Well, that is something else. Yours is to read the echo and help us gain the knowledge. Good question. In their writing, the Pyreans say it has the Pyreans didn't, and neither. But as for what happened before that, our knowledge about the past is Prophet. Yes. As I said before, my knowledge about that is limited. But if it helps you, yes. You know, most people but dark corners of our mind. A moment where you knew exactly what another person correct. And while most people hardly feel this, their bodies might be. But this is the basic principle of man. Visions, premonitions, dreams that become reality. These are all left over. Yes. Why do you ask? They did. What are you getting at? A fair point. But in the future. So, yes. Ironically enough, that was the last thing. For me, it was memories of the they reminded me that I was more than this deprived creature. Strange. I especially felt that in the cloister with Narazul's mages. Better. Our mission, my responsibility here as a leader, it has helped me to find my way back into the real world. What would have been the alternative? A life as a fisherman? If the things I had to live through taught me one thing, then it was how important it is for me to... In fact, this is precisely what is missing in the world. People who do not let the whims of fate break their resolve. Now, enough of this. We have business to attend to. Yes.